Previously on the NRL Rookie.
They've sent me off to get scans.
Going to miss minimum one game.
Race up the stairs, then jump off the edge.
Oh my God! Winner of the Captain's Challenge, blue.
Harder, Davey, pumping legs. Jesse, pull, Jess.
Well, that was shit.
You look so buggered.
Who is your weakest rookie and why?
Dave, your fitness is something you needed to have worked on before we got into this rookie house.
The NRL Rookie to be cut is Jesse Shearer. You can see that's not easy. Just got serious.
You can hide where you want to. You can run where you may. But nothing on earth gonna save you when the man comes down your way. When the man comes down your way.
So it's a new week and you know that the competition's up to gear and the pressure's on all of us. Every day is a challenge and everything's new, so I guess I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm more excited than anything.
After Jesse being cut, they were sort of realised it's full on now, it's serious now. So you got to take each day with two hands and give it your best.
I'm the only born and bred Queenslander left. I've got the Queenslander spirit in me. I'm not going to die trying, that's for sure.
Amy.
Morning.
Bro.
Monday morning, Lammy walked in. All the boys thought that Lammy was here to have another quick coaches talk before the day after we just finished a training session.
All good? Plenty of smiles?
Yep.
Yeah. Gentlemen, it was a little bit different today. This week, we're heading north of the border. So we're going to beautiful, sunny Queensland. Now, like Elias says, Queensland is the heartland of rugby league. You may not agree, but Queensland means a lot to me. I was raised there and played 14 State of Origin games as captain for Queensland, and I've been blessed.
Talk about just surprises. There's another one. We're going to Brisbane. I've never been to Brisbane. Brisbane's the home of Queensland footy up there. It's where everyone wants to be.
Let's go, boys. So pack your bags. We're catching a flight to Brisbane. Urgency, right? Yeah. Got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to be at the front.
What about Brizzy boys versus the Queenslanders? Rip into him.
Can't wait to rip into the cane toads. I'll tell you what, mate, I want to make New South Wales proud.
The boys were going through banter. I'd be jealous too if I didn't win so many State of Origins and Queensland dominated you all the time too. I was born and raised in Wandone, Queensland, Darren Lockyer land, as most would know. We're in a family of 10. Dad's in a family of 10 and Mum's in a family of 10 as well. My biggest supporter would have to be my mum. She's phenomenal. Growing up on a small farm in the middle of nowhere, Mum used to put all us kids on a bus and we'd go travel for 2 or 3 hours. You play your rugby game and then you all get back on the bus and you could see Mum and Dad 5 or 6 hours later. That was generally my Saturday for many years. My life revolves around sport and I'll do anything and everything to keep it a part of my life for as long as possible. Flying to Brisbane. Let's do it.
Good to go, fellas?
Yeah, bro.
Let's hit it. Bris Vegas, here we come.
Off to Brisbane.
Bris Vegas, baby! Heading to the airport to fly to Brisbane as an NRL player. This is the lifestyle I want.
You're all wearing the same attire and you feel like a bit of a superstar when you're kind of walking to the airport and everyone's looking at you and you're kind of thinking, geez, I could get used to this life. I really could.
Travelling with the boys for the first time was really good. Guess you say out of your comfort zone a bit.
I think a few people at the airport thought we were an NRL team or some sort of, elite level team, so little did they know we're just a bunch of rookies, but it's a nice feeling nonetheless.
Getting off the plane to Brisbane, it was the beautiful weather straight away. I was like, oh yes, I'm going to show you beautiful Queensland as we're going through.
So what makes Queensland better than New South Wales, Elias?
I'd say I'd give it the authentic feeling of both country and city merged together.
Elias is a proud Queenslander.
I don't think Elias really knows too much.
Every couple minutes he'll say something about why Queensland's better than New South Wales.
I'm trying to tell the boys that, this is the beautiful part of Brisbane coming up. And unfortunately, it was the industrial area, and it just got worse and worse as we went along. And then eventually we pulled up and we'd seen a sign saying Moreton Island. I was just like, oh, thank God.
I've never been to Queensland, so I didn't really know what to expect. I'd heard it was pretty warm up there, so I was excited to see what it was all about. My name's Daniel Caprice. I'm from Kent in the UK. I moved here and my girlfriend's Australian. I'm living in a place called Appin down towards Wollongong. I've played professional rugby since I was 18, got some caps for England, went to Commonwealth Games and stuff. I don't know many players that have gone union to league. It's normally the other way around. It'd be awesome to win.
We were just walking along the beach, there's like just blue water, and then you can see a big Tangalooma like shipwreck up there as well.
It was a big walk for us to get to where Aaron and Lammy were. Like we could see from the distance, but we couldn't tell what we'd be doing. Wow, what have they got in store for us?
I think everyone was throwing out ideas like treasure hunt in the shipwrecks and then like shark fighting, and everyone didn't know what was going on.
Welcome to sunny Queensland.
Yeah.
This captain's challenge is a test of stamina and endurance. You'll race on kayaks around the famous Tangalooma shipwreck. You'll stop midway to dive down 4 metres to collect a flag from the seabed. Then you'll race back to the beach, fight your way up the island's steepest dune and plant your flag. Fastest time wins. The winner of this challenge captains the team for the next game and cannot be cut this week. But we are a couple of rookies down for this challenge. Daniel and Gary John are injured and deemed unfit to participate.
It's frustrating. I think it's a challenge I could have done really well on. I'm pretty confident in the kayaking and diving.
One of you is just 8 weeks away from realising your NRL dream, a contract. So this is a really big challenge to win.
Vital that I go well in this challenge because I was in the bottom 3 and it was because of fitness, and I don't want to give anyone a reason to vote me to the bottom again.
It's pretty disappointing not being able to take part in the challenge today. I think it's something that's well suited to my skills in that too, so I'm pretty gutted about not being part of the challenge.
Gentlemen, remember what's at stake. The winner of this challenge will be our next captain.
3, 2, 1, go!
Bolted down the sand hill, I nearly tumbled over my feet, that's how fast I was going. Picked up the kayak, paddle fell out. Oh my gosh, nothing was going my way.
I think I was the first in the water alongside Royden. Got the start I was after.
There's Matty Gorman and I up front, and I could see Lou in the corner of my eye just picking up in the inside. As he come to the first comb and took off, I wasn't too far behind him.
Let's go, Royden!
The challenge of my mindset was that definitely I've got to win it. If I'm going to get anywhere in this competition, I've got to start edging myself towards that number 1. My name is Royden. I'm 24 years of age. I'm from New Zealand and currently living in Perth, and I'm a wharfie at the Fremantle Ports. New Zealand was something special for me, like especially as a young fella, being brought up in the farm. I'd love to go back there and just start my own family and live my life there. When I moved to Australia, that's when I converted over to league, and yeah, I've been playing ever since. I could be a cheerful, playful person off the field, and as soon as you get on the field, we're enemies.
Go on, Caro!
When we got close to the buoy, I'm trying to paddle back towards to get around the right side of the buoy, and Matty Gorman was there. He wouldn't let me in. He kept looking at me and he was pushing me off with his oar and kept trying to push me to the other side of the yellow mark.
Didn't push him backwards or anything like that. Just nudged him, and I think that might have pushed him a bit off the track a little bit.
I was pretty pissed off that Matty did that to me, but yeah, I definitely lost a few places because of that.
Hey, widen your grip, mate. That's it, lengthen it out.
So as soon as we get to the first buoy, we chuck our goggles on and jump down below, and I see Lou and Elias fighting for a flag.
When we pulled up together. I sort of rode a little bit further over the top of the flags, so it was just a straight descent.
And we've both gone down to go get it.
I think that's where the challenge was like won or lost.
soon as we get to the first buoy, I see Lou and Elias fighting for a flag.
I just come in with Lou and we both sort of docked our boats at the same time. I think Lou had spent a little bit more time looking for where the flag was from the boat before he dived down.
We both went for the same flag.
Lou had grabbed the rope. I know that he's gotten that before me. Just had to go back up, get another gasp of air and head back down. And then by the time I got out, I think Lou had a good 10 metres on me. I was like, oh, the Queensland pride was at stake at that point.
When we got to the diving area, that's when things started getting a bit more frantic, I think.
That was just every man for himself in there, you know. You had to get off your boat and dive down 4 metres and try and look for these flags. You go down there and like you see one and you go for it, and then one of the boys is taking it and you go, oh, where's another one?
When you're coming up, there's just kayaks everywhere, so you're trying to not get hit in the head.
Let's go, Matty. You got your flag?
I saw Chris and Reese is like, hey, that's my kayak. And Chris is like,
Sorry, bro. I'm getting out.
and it was a red kayak. And I was like, Chris, your kayak's yellow.
I must be yellow. Yeah.
Don't be last, Dave.
The challenge was pretty intimidating. I wasn't confident because I struggle with water. I'm not the best swimmer.
I've never been on a kayak before, so it was something I had to try.
Swam to the dive spot, jumped into the water to dive, swallowing so much water. I grabbed the flag, came up, and I tried jumping on the kayak, and I just kept tumbling and tumbling. I just couldn't get in the kayak, and it was frustrating me.
And then we come around the buoy and like you sort of rowing and you look up and there's this huge sand dune just like just cruises up.
And I was paddling in, all I seen was Lou just hit the shore, and I was just like, man, I've got to start digging deep. So I was sitting to my yelling to myself, come on, just screaming at myself, come on, you can push harder.
Being the first one there, I look up at the sand dune and I just think, you know, what's going to work best for me getting up this hill. And like, what I'm going to do with this flag in my hand. I was like, yes, I'm gonna bite the flag, like hold it in my mouth. So I bit it, just started running like a dog, sort of running up the hill, like clawing in. The hill's like 70 degrees.
I was second to the sand. I knew that I just had to try and find the steps in the sand as best I could. I knew that going on all fours was the quickest way up.
As I got to the shore and I got off my canoe, I seen Elias and I thought, you know, I've got a chance of beating him. And I saw Lou further on up and I thought, yeah, that could be a fair chance I could get him.
Yeah, obviously just wanting to win again, you know, did it last week, I wanted to do it again this week.
Come on, Caro!
When I got there, I just put my goggles on and dived in. Got the flag and came up. It was really fast.
Good work, Caro! Come on, Dave.
I left David behind and I was pleased with myself.
Once I finally got into it, I realised Caro was in front of me. Surviving last week was a real wake-up call. This week, I made a promise that I wasn't going to come last.
Come on, mate, you can catch him. You don't want to be in the bottom three.
I knew what I had to do. I had to keep pushing on.
Going up the hill, I'm second to the sand. I was pretty happy with this. And then I saw Royden just fly past me. I thought, this guy's a bloody human goanna. He was just flying up that hill like no tomorrow.
As I passed Elias, that was my first goal, and then I just seen Lou further on up, and I just thought, you know, I don't want to come second to Lou again. You know, if I can catch him, you know, that'll be one of the biggest goals I've ever made. And then I just looked back, and there's Christy Hyde coming up behind Elias, and I thought, nah, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going.
I seen Royden overtake Elias and I could see him coming up pretty quick. And, you know, I couldn't let him do it to me as well, so I had to keep going if I wanted to win.
I'm in last place, and mentally and physically, I was in a tough spot, but Caro had a poor paddling technique, which really let him down. I thought it was going to be a real struggle for me to overtake him, but I did.
I was going, you know, as fast as I could, and then, you know, I looked down, and then Royden was just there.
Working hard, pal. Nearly there, 10 metres.
And 10 metres feels like forever. My legs were that weak, like pretty much had to hold myself up and like get the flag in the hole.
Throw your arms up. Come on. Come around.
I was so lucky. If I had missed that flag, it would have been Royden taking my spot.
Bring it over to me, mate. Fish through. Come over here, bro.
I'm sick of coming second to Lou. He's just always winning it.
Great work. Chris, come over here, mate. Awesome, champ.
Came in third. It would have been great to be captain, sort of win the challenge. You know you're safe. Yeah, you got to work a bit harder, I think, to beat Lou.
So we got Elias.
I was happy that I didn't stop moving my legs. That was my main goal, getting up that hill.
Once I got into the sand dune of death, my leg just started sinking into the sand.
I really wanted to give up, like small voices were coming to my head. Then I thought, oh, I'm here for a purpose, and if it's coming last, but I have to just finish the race.
Caro, you can do this, bro. You can do this. Well done. Keep pushing. That's what you need to take step by step, bro.
I was stoked
Get a touch.
not to come last.
Excellent, brother. Here, mate, give us a 5. Come and rest over here. Your people are pumping you getting. Yeah. Come up through, bud. Here's your cuddle. And every single one of you made it to the top. It's a massive effort. You should be proud of yourselves. That was good. Well done. Pretty tough effort. Big day tomorrow. Another game. So that's where we get to prove, to us and each other. That was the theme across the first 3 out. Reliability. Make sure you lob up tomorrow and be reliable. Be a good teammate. Work hard. And the winner was Lou Goodwin. 2nd week in a row.
Pretty good feeling. So safe for another week and, get to lead the boys out again. Just a good bunch of blokes, so I'm proud to lead them out.
After we finished the challenge, we got told we had one more thing to do. All the boys are like, oh no, it's going to be another challenge. And then we find out we're feeding the dolphins.
Yeah, it was pretty cool when we got to feed the dolphins, just to sort of have some downtime as a team.
They come straight up and like the tip of their mouth actually touches your fingers. It really made me love dolphins after that experience.
Yeah, we're in Brisbane playing Queensland University. It's good to be home and it's the best part of Queensland, and we've definitely got something in the water up here that tastes a lot better than downstairs in New South Wales.
I struggled in the challenge yesterday, but I want to prove to the boys that my home's not in the kayak, my home's on the footy field.
Being injured and not being able to take part in the challenge could mean that I end up in the bottom 3 this week, and that's a pretty scary thought.
Yeah, before the game, I was lucky enough to visit my parents and my brothers and my beautiful girlfriend. But I think the 2 biggest things for me was see Mum and Dad's face and how proud they were.
So we're just getting ready and apparently my dad was outside.
Here he is.
Dad's seen every game I've ever played and he missed the games last week against the Ron Massey rep team. I couldn't wait to get on the field and show him how I've been going with all this training and stuff I've been doing.
Talk to you after.
Mate, all the best, mate.
Yo. How are you, boys? Gents. Rookies. How you feeling?
Good.
This is our 2nd game. If you don't want to be part of that bottom 3, now's the time to put into play. Boys, given your efforts, really over the last 2 weeks, we've brought in the 2 best Queenslanders of all time.
All time.
All time.
All time.
And they are... Boys, we've brought in the 2 best Queenslanders of all time.
All time.
And they are Wally Lewis, Darren Lockyer.
Darren Lockyer is a hometown hero of mine. He was a legend and I was just in awe of the man straight away.
Going to the left side, Lockyer goes straight through. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Here's the king, it's got plenty of legs. This freak of a man, Darren Lockyer.
Gentlemen, how are you? Yeah, good, eh?
Elias? Where's Elias? You're from Bundown, apparently. The first time I ever played rugby league is Bundown Wildcats. I remember the first ever game of rugby league I ever watched. I was 9 years old, and it was this fella beside me was playing. He was the captain of Queensland, and that's what inspired me. I had a dream to one day play for Queensland and wear that number 6, and that dream came true.
Darren Lockyer, he'll be an immortal one day. And then while he was the king of Origin, he's the king, you know, and he's right there in front of you giving you advice before the game.
Back inside to Lewis, this is trouble. Lewis going right through for the try, opening one of the match. Back inside to Lewis, Lewis cracked in through, there's another one. Still going, they unload it there, he's got some pace, Lewis, can he go all the way? Still going, he does wrong.
We're all very fortunate to have been included in the best game in the world, rugby league. And I have a little bit of a thing about if you want to be explosive in the game, I used to think about being TNT. You talk, you never give up, and you trust your mates.
No excuses today, boys. There's the 1% there.
Right, get your jerseys on, eh?
It's rock and roll.
Got a game of footy.
See Freddie lead the way.
Definitely one of the most unreal things I've ever experienced. That was really awesome.
What's your motivation here today? What's this competition all about? Is it important to us? Absolutely, it's important to us.
Felt proud walking out, you know, excited to be captain. You're not following anyone, you know, you're leading. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, I was quite disappointed with myself yesterday, so I have to prove myself today.
I think it's my day to have a big goal. I think 0 errors and lots of enthusiasm.
I think this team we're playing might be a little bit better than the team we played last week, maybe.
The one thing I'm really keen is just that attention to detail of those first early tackles.
Yep. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Good run. Elbows, knees, good boy.
Whoa, smashing the Queenslanders, yeah. I definitely wanted to go out and tear a few heads off.
Go, Dave. Up them legs, brother. That's the run, son.
A lot of ticker today, a lot of ticker.
You're going good, just stay in the middle, yeah?
Wow. Yeah, oh, good run, Dave. Davey, going great.
I know what I'm capable of, yeah, I've got to produce.
Go, Geordie. Go with him. Go, Geordie. Go, son. Great work. Great work.
Just before I came here, the last thing my dad said to me was, you know what you need to do, and I believe you have what it takes to win this.
Beautiful run. Great try. Great try.
He is my biggest inspiration. He played NRL for the Canberra Raiders, so I'm going to give my absolute best. I want to impress my dad.
Loving it. 2 games of footy in his whole life I've missed, so good to be here.
Jordan is actually, for a young fella, he's quite switched on.
Great work, boy.
Just held his corner and just waited for me to come to him.
And I thought, oh my God, I've scored a hat-trick in the first half, you know, like I was totally stoked with that. But 3, you can't back off. You got 3 in the first half, like there's still opportunity to certainly get more.
He's got some great touches, you know, and I'm excited to watch him develop Freddie because he's the youngest player in the squad.
5 tries. Mate, he's on fire.
I've honestly never scored 5 tries in a game before, so Dad should be proud of that, you know, like he should be.
Jordan, man, did you get his speed? 7.8. He's NRL standard.
George is definitely a dark horse in this competition, and I don't think anyone should take him too lightly.
Get in the hole, get in the hole.
Nice work, Chrissy Hyde.
He's been good.
He had the most touches and most metres, the highest heart rate.
And really, I didn't see him be selfish like last week of anything.
Oh, good ball. Oh, go, son. Go on, Royden. Every time he's in the ball, he's done something.
How's he going? How's Royden? We got a speed?
Yeah, he's around 7.5.
Pressure's on. Boys have stepped up. We were saying, is that us slipping into the bottom 3?
reason you're where you are is because your defence has been so good. You're giving them no opportunity to get back into the game.
Yeah, I think our start of the game was awesome. We didn't drop a ball in the first half. It was really good to see.
So stick to those things we spoke about. Support, win first tackle, and kick pressure. Bang.
It felt really good out there. Like everyone's digging deep, everyone's doing the right thing.
Boys, listen up. Just got some stats with Trev.
Look, the two halves are doing a lot of work. Chrissy Hyde's up to nearly 3Ks and young Mauricio also close to 3Ks. Fastest speed at the moment goes to Jordan Martin. He's going to head around the throat. So, Jordy, keep it going, mate. Let's see the second half.
Yeah, I didn't find out till after the game that Jordan didn't play the second half. And he told me that the physio pulled him off because he had a bit of a hamstring issue.
The physio was talking to Freddie and she was really pushing me to stay off for the rest of the game because my hammies were really sort of bad from the day before.
Do they feel tight?
Yes.
I can still play, like it's not that bad.
How about we free you up with some DP? All right, see how you go. I mean, you scored 5 tries.
George wanted to get back out there, he told me, and I knew that's the kind of bloke he is. He just wants to play footy.
If there's a risk of tearing your hammy and you could be out for a couple of weeks, which would you prefer? Sitting out the rest of the game or tearing your hammy and being out for a couple of weeks?
That's the worst thing ever, you know, when you just feel like you weren't there the whole way.
Yeah, no, I just want to get back out there and play with the boys.
The second half, please don't put the cue in the rack. Please don't think the job's done. Good hit. Jeez, he's good. Good run! Matt, get up with it, Matt! Good work, Matty.
Yeah, obviously I felt a lot of pressure on myself, knowing that, yeah, I had 2 weeks worth of things to do in 1 week. You know, that's part of being in the NRL, perform under pressure. My name's Matt Gorman, I'm 23 years old. I grew up playing soccer all my life until I was 18, and I finally bit the bullet at Nates and Concrete. And you don't have to have played rugby league all your life to make it. You can do it, it just takes a bit of ticker. When I was doing my testing for the rookie, my ECG showed up an irregular heartbeat, Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. Yeah, having that heart surgery, it inspires me. It just motivates me to go all the way. My dream's still alive.
Get down, put it down. Go, Matty. Hold the ball, beautiful.
He's a smart player, he's a smart man.
Is he good enough just to be a fullback or does he have to be a utility?
That's a good point. Maybe we can try and stick him in the middle to see whether he's hard enough.
No, nice. Oh,
hit the hole.
Oh, Matty G.
Great try.
I've got to say, he was under big pressure coming into this game, but
as he stood up. Last week was pretty easy. I think the bottom 3 stood out in the game. But today, I would not be able to nominate 3 performance-based.
the big thing is it's not on the field, it's off the field.
That's exactly
where they're
right.
nominating the bottom 3.
Yeah, that's exactly
That's where Caro's going to come under pressure.
Absolutely. Oh, strength.
Yeah, I was frustrated a bit. I have to play well in front. Lou was on the right side and he just said, stick to the game plan and wait patiently for the ball.
Go, Caro. What a try, boys.
Working? Yeah. I think I did enough in the game to prove myself.
Go, Elias.
I think Elias was probably being a bit selfish in front of his home crowd. I mean, his girlfriend was there and his family, and I think that he forgets that it's not union, it's rugby league, and the fifth tackle kick is vital in this sport.
Well, Elias got the ball in the fifth tackle and usually kick it down the field, get some territory, get some metres. He must just got, a bit of white line fever and tucked it. A few boys are angry about that call.
And Chris come over and he said, mate, you got to listen to Matty, you run a shit line. And I just told him, Elias, mate, you need to start running a bit straight. He goes, I know what to do, just give me early ball. And I just got real peed off.
Some of the boys had said that picking and running the ball on the fifth tackle was the wrong option. Coming from a rugby union background, I think if someone's going to pass the ball, you've got to run it. I felt like I'd done the right thing for the team and for myself.
Yeah, kick pressure. Good hit. Run. Yeah, nice. Oh, good run. Fantastic ball.
That was a nice setup.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
I'd seen Rebecca's face smiling in the grandstand. I gave her a big kiss because I've been dreaming about kissing her for weeks, so I think it was definitely something I wanted to do and show how much I cared about her.
Hey, Rookies, over here, let's go.
Boys had every reason to turn up today and think about our tired legs from yesterday. But you all turn up here and your performance was outstanding.
It just shows how much we're buying into what we need to say and what they're saying. Can't be happier to be part of the win.
What you've been put through, not many footballers get put through. No one runs up sand dunes a day before a game. But you've got to go through it if you want to be an NRL player.
We'll see you back in Sydney. We've got the shed on tomorrow.
It's going to be really hard to pick the bottom three. Even last week, people are picking people because of the smallest things. That's how cutthroat this competition is.
Yeah, there's probably a few issues in relation to the game that I'll bring up into the shed. It's better to be honest with each other than talk behind each other's backs.
The point of the shed is to get everyone to speak up and be honest with each other, which is good. But I think also some of the ways they bring things up does make it quite brutal.
And choosing the bottom three after a great team performance like that it's always tough. They'll choose the littlest thing in the house to get you in the bottom three.
We're back.
Wow, what a week.
Been a massive week. At the moment, my job is looking awful.
I agree with you, it's pretty tough.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. Hello.
Welcome back to the shed. Or, really, welcome back to Sydney. I understand you had a pretty good trip to Brisbane.
Awesome trip.
Yeah? Run me through the challenge. Who excelled on the sand dune?
Louis.
Lou?
I don't know if I excel, but I think it's just because I had the lead already that it seemed like it better. I think my legs were just as busted as everyone's.
Okay, and congratulations on being captain again.
Thanks.
Who did you notice struggled in the sand dune section the most?
Maybe Caro, because he was last. Sort of, it's hard to push yourself up when everyone's finished.
Caro? How did you find the challenge?
Oh, it was really difficult for me. Maybe I gave in to the voice of giving up. Like when I was pedaling, I was last and I was saying, I'm not good at it, so I wanted to give up.
With Caro, I think, it's certainly an area with his fitness that he's lacking at the moment, and they're going to team up on him soon.
I think it was not so much his fitness, Lemmy. He said he was giving in.
Psychologically.
He was giving in to the bloke that was telling him it was too hard.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
But can I say this? Never been coached. He's never done fitness. He's never done weights. He's never trained hard. He's never had any of these sort of things to do. Some of the guys that are in the competition have had all of that, and they're only where they are. I think he's got so much more to give.
Dave, you were under the hammer a little bit last week. What have you done in the last week to address the feedback that the guys gave you?
Yeah, I made a goal to myself that I wouldn't come last. I've lost about 5 kilos. The results are showing I'm not coming last anymore. So, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with my short-term goals.
I think the fact is that we asked him to improve, and he did. So that's a kid who
wants it.
Exactly.
Oh, he wants it. There's no doubt about that. You can see it in his face.
Yep.
So let's talk about the kayaking segment of the challenge. How did that go? We'll start with Matty G.
Yeah, so I had a bit of a mentality to get down and get out in front of everyone, and I got a good start. And then a few of us, we got close to each other, and I think it was...
You were like a landmine.
Matty J got pushed away. I think Reece got pushed. Petey.
Well, let me in. He's like, piss off. He's kicking me. I'm like...
Yeah.
Was that your strategy from the get-go?
My strategy was just to get a good start and get out in the front so that if people wanted to get past me, they had to get around me.
Are you a cheat?
Definitely not. I'm actually kind of surprised that you've chosen the word cheat to address the situation, to be honest.
What would you call it?
Competitive. I never went out there to push Matty Johnson's kayak out of the way, but when we're all bunched together, obviously the competitive nature is, I want to get more in there to paddle.
I think there's a fine line between cheating and competing. It's really fine. One of those things, I don't think Matty went out there to try and hit anyone's boat. I don't think anyone's thinking of cheating at all. I think it's just competing.
I think cheat's a very strong and definitely wrong word for the situation. I think competitive's perfectly described it.
Did he?
Oh, mate, he gives me the impression he would do anything. He would do anything.
To win this competition?
Well, to keep going.
Yeah.
So does anyone feel like, in going against the rules, that Maddie cheated?
It's a tricky one. I think the impact of cheating, it has a negative effect on the team. I don't think anyone has looked back and thought, oh, good for you for pushing me out the way.
I've got to say, it's a bit rich from Daniel.
I don't think he's earned the right to be critical or to
when you weren't in the challenge.
No, that's right.
Exactly.
That doesn't sit well with me, with him saying that.
Yeah, very hypocritical.
I agree.
Some people call it competitive, some people call it selfish, some people call it cheating.
Okay, so who here strikes you as the most selfish person?
A pretty heavy word, selfish, I think.
I'd say, I don't know if it was selfish or just misunderstanding. Elias yesterday, 2:15 lasts, you took it.
Elias, do you want to respond to that?
I think I'd taken a 5th tackle run and I'd assumed it was the 4th. I didn't hear the tackle count at all and we'd made a break. So I thought it was a good idea to get the ball rolling as quickly as I could. And unfortunately, my play that I used didn't pay off the way it should have.
Yeah, look, I was at the other side of the field and I heard the call about 10 times saying it's 5th tackle, it's 5th tackle, it's 5th tackle. So 5th tackle is a pretty important thing in football, and to have that excuse, you didn't hear it call out, like, you know, look, for me, I just heard a lot of people yelling it out, and that was happening for probably a good 10 seconds while I had the ball. So I don't know how you didn't hear it, man.
Who here strikes you as the most selfish person?
I'd say Elias yesterday.
Elias, do you want to respond to that?
I think I'd taken a 5th tackle run and I'd assumed it was the 4th. I didn't hear the tackle count at all.
Look, I was at the other side of the field and I heard the call about 10 times. 5th tackle is a pretty important thing in football, and for me, I just heard a lot of people yelling it out, and I don't know how you didn't hear it, man.
Talk about Elias Power. You talk about unselfish plays. You go down and have a look at his metres, his receives. He's had 13 runs. He's had the 2nd highest amount of runs. What do you think he sits in supports?
First.
Second.
First.
First.
Anything the other boys are saying is through envy or...
They've got an agenda against him.
Yeah.
They know that he's one of the strongest 3 or 4.
But after listening to him, he's just looking after himself. He's obviously ruffled some feathers there in the house, and they're not happy.
I don't care what feathers he's ruffling. If you don't start using rugby league terminology and go back and play rugby union.
It is time now to rate your mate. Reach behind you and get your iPads. This is where you do rate your mate. But what I'll ask you to do now is rate your 3 weakest rookies. Thank you for your honesty and for your engagement in this session. Leave your iPad on your chair and I will see you all next week, except for one of you.
I walk you on to Allianz Stadium. I'm very confident I'm going to be in the bottom 3 this week, just based off what happened in the shed.
It was a good week all round for most of the boys. And if all the boys have done a great job, I think, it's going to be tough to pick a bottom 3, but myself and Gary will be an easier pick.
As captain, I'm safe, but then someone's going to go home and I influence that decision. It's daunting.
Tonight, we move one step closer to finding out who is the NRL Rookie. One of you, 14, standing here, will earn a contract with an NRL team, and 13 of you will not. It's time for the cut.
To go home at this point would be heartbreaking. To get a taste of his lifestyle, it's unbelievable.
Step forward if I say your name. Elias.
Why do you think you're here, Elias?
I think I've got to get my game sense in there and cut my rugby union habits out really quickly. Otherwise, it's going to affect my gameplay.
The next rookie is Caro.
Why do you think you're in the bottom 3, Caro?
I think My fitness, I didn't push myself on the last challenge and I came last time.
The final rookie in the bottom three is Matt Gorman.
How do you feel about being in the bottom three? Deserve it, do you think?
I'm sure the boys have their reasons for voting that way. Personally, I'm pretty gutted.
This week's captain, once again, was Lou. You have the power to influence who makes the cut. So you can replace one of these three with another rookie. Or you can leave these three rookies to face the cut. Tough, huh?
Very.
What is your captain's call?
I'm going to swap Caro this week. I feel like we've connected with Caro and we have a good edge. They sort of don't see him on the field. He takes most scoots out of all the backs. And he's a very defensive player, so, you know, to play well and make myself look good, I need him as well.
Caro, how do you feel?
I feel a bit guilty, like I've let all the boys down in the challenge. And
He obviously thinks you're worth it. Lou has made his captain's call. He's saved you, Caro, so return to the group. Okay, Lou, who do you choose and why?
This week, I picked one of my ones that I picked for my weakest rookie. Nrl Caprice. Just his position, I think, that halfback's such a hard position to learn. It's crucial for the whole team. I think maybe just the switch from league to union might be a bit tough and missing this week with the challenge and the team playing to sort of get the grasp. It might have put him behind the 8 ball a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Daniel, please step forward.
Why do you think he's put you here?
I guess it is, you know, the positions that I'm looking to play in are pretty complex. You need to know the game inside out. So below my defence, I think you're looking for a rookie for next year, potentially not a player to play in the NRL tomorrow. So if it was tomorrow, then maybe I'd agree. But if it was for next year, then I'd like to think I'd have a chance to learn. But yeah.
We've been watching closely. One of you three is not of NRL standard. Matt, I was really impressed with your game the other day. Daniel, I think any time you got an injury, you become vulnerable. Elisha, there's no doubt you put in a lot of effort. There's obviously something going on off the field that your teammates aren't happy with. And the rookie that I'm going to cut is Nrl Caprice.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Sorry, buddy.
When I saw Daniel leave, you know, it was a big shock. I didn't think he'd actually go. It was hard for me because I put him in the bottom three.
I guess my main objective here was to learn the game, to play again. You know, I've missed a week due to injury, but, you know, I respect Brad's opinion. You know, there's not much you can do to change it.
You two boys survived. Congratulations. The thing that kept you two here was effort. Now going to come down to more than that. We need to improve. Well, okay, let's go.
Being in the bottom three is everyone's worst fear. I'm a confident young man, but at the same time, I need to listen to others when it comes to game sense because they've been in it longer than I have.
It doesn't surprise me at all, the level of competitiveness in this competition and how good sort of everyone, you know, is going. So I've got to get myself out of the bottom three. It's only going to get fiercer from here.
Next time on the NRL Rookie.
Welcome to Carmsley Hill City Farm.
Trying to get those sheep in was like trying to watch a pig fly. It wasn't happening, you know.
We've got to get them all! This week, we're going to play the Melbourne Storm under-20s.
I just could not believe how big they were for boys under 20.
If I drop it a little bit, they're going to take full advantage of it.
He's done his shoulder.
I was just heartbroken and shattered for him.
Dare to be proud, mate.
You missed 1 or 2 weeks and that could be it for you.